Hey guys, this is Seth here with a rather interesting video. I don't know why I'm doing this. I really don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. I don't know. I haven't really mentioned this, but I was in the process of thinking of doing another series that I'd be making new episodes every now and then, whenever, you know, I felt like something was big enough to make a new episode of this. But if you guys know already, I tend to do a lot of ranting on my shows and in my videos. So I figured, for stuff I don't usually, there's other stuff I don't actually rant about, like what I'm about to rant about in a moment. Because I don't feel like it really matters in the video. So I figured, you know what? Why don't I just do a series where I rant about a certain subject, and just put that on YouTube. And my headphones fall down. That's a good sign of where things are going. Needless to say, Rant Corner time. Yes, welcome to the very, very first episode of the Rant Corner, where, well, I rant. It may or may not be in the corner. I don't know where I'm going with this. But, yeah. I don't know how many of you are aware, but tonight was, the night of the Kids' Choice Awards. Yes, the Kids' Choice Awards was tonight. I actually did live tweet it, but as you guys can see, I'm over the daily limit. I kinda overdid it. I think this is the first time I've ever hit the daily limit. Part of it is because of the vast amount of tweeting that I did during the awards, and also the tweeting I did earlier on. I really did tweet too much. I'm hoping that by midnight this limit goes away. It said wait a few hours, so I'd imagine, yeah. But, yeah, the Kids' Choice Awards. Where do I start with this? Where do I start with this? Because God, it was so shit. I should note, though, before I get into this rant, that every moment of ranting, don't expect it to you to automatically agree with what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but at least, respect it as, my view, and that I'm entitled to it and all. But the Kids' Choice Awards, actually, the whole thing with it actually started about 30 minutes before showtime, with a pre-show, and the pre-show sucked. It did not have any. I was expecting some pre-announced rewards, like they used to do before, where they announced a few awards, not a whole lot, but like a few, maybe 4 or 5, depending. There might be, a little bit of a preview of what's coming up, stuff like that, and it'd be televised. None of that happened. It was basically, hey, we're going to conduct a bunch of stupid interviews, ask a bunch of weird questions, I mean, it would make sense. A lot of these questions would make sense for kids, but I don't even think even kids would find those funny. There was no sliming, there was no award announcements, because, like I said, Nickelodeon did tend to do that before. And they were announcing, they did all these polls. They had a dog dress up as Lady Gaga. Who the fuck knows why? You don't see the fucking dog at all during the Kids' Choice Awards. He doesn't show up at all. It's like, what? What was the point of this? They also had this poll where they asked from a multiple choice of 3 different words, nonsensical words, by the way. Which one would you like to be the secret word? And whoever actually says that word, whatever celebrity ends up saying this word, gets slimed. The word was decided. I forgot what the word was already. I think I tweeted it, but no one said the word during the actual award show. No one said the award during the actual award show, which made that poll even more pointless. The whole pre-show didn't even get televised like they did every year for like 20 years. They broke so many traditions during this year, and I'm pissed off about it. It's like, okay, last year was, shit in terms of the awards won, but the host wasn't bad, but I'm gonna get to the actual award show itself in a moment. But the pre-show was just fucking stupid and pointless. It's like nothing about it was good. It was even more stupid than the award show itself. And that's saying a lot because the award show, as I said, was absolute shit. But everything they did during the pre-show was absolutely pointless. But the award show starts up. You get this very long montage building up to the Justin Rels, I think is the name of the guy's voice, but the name of the guy that was hosting, actually entering the fucking stage. Why did it take us 10 minutes just for him to get onto the stage? I don't recall them ever taking 10 minutes to do something like that. It might take a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, but it never took 10 fucking minutes. That becomes basically the theme of this award show, is memes and filler. That's essentially what happens here. And it's stupid. But, it's... And that's just the intro, There was a nice little mention, you see a nice little cameo of Steven Tyler. I liked the cameo. Other than that, nothing. The whole thing starts up, literally, they do that whole intro, you don't even hear an overlay of who's performing, who are making guest appearances. You don't get any of this, like they did every year. You hardly even heard. Remember how Tom Kenny would do all these voiceovers and, had all the humor and the, the comical intros and outros, the commercial breaks? You don't get any of this. He shows up twice, and that's it. Instead, we have these two fucking stupid, annoying-ass commentators commenting about what we just saw. It's like, we don't need you to comment and talk about shit. This isn't a sports show. This doesn't even make sense. Why are you even there? It's like, we can't have Tom Kenny do this. He's a lot better. What was so bad about Tom Kenny? Seriously, what was so bad about him? That made it then move to these two jackasses just commenting about positively nothing. They did nothing beneficial in terms of gearing up what was going to be coming up next. It was stupid. There weren't really any, there wasn't anything that was happening in the middle of the commercial breaks, like awards being handed out, or, there was maybe the occasional host thing going on with the host. But the commercial breaks were boring. There was nothing, you wouldn't think there was an award show. What were the commercials? And all the new commercials were like pointless, There wasn't anything good about the commercials either. I mean, new Fairly Odd Parents episodes. Okay, fine, That won't happen for another year, but okay, fine. New Big Time Rush episodes. Who the fuck cares? I just don't understand the point. Half of what was in this award show was so freaking... It was either pointless, stupid, or just plain crap. Halfway into the award show, hardly anything good has won. You get a bunch of stupid memes. Why was the Harlem Shake actually made an appearance. Gangnam Style actually made an appearance, the dance. Why these memes? Why? Especially the Harlem Shake. That is probably the worst meme that has happened since the arrow in the knee joke. Which, by the way, I think the Harlem Shake is probably I think this is the meme that became the oldest, the quickest. You know, the most unfunny, the quickest. It's just, I don't understand the point. You know. I just feel like it was unnecessary. And the goat was unnecessary. Like, why the fuck was there a goat? You know? It made no sense whatsoever. It had nothing to do... No one really laughed at the goat, as far as I can tell. Really, as far as the awards themselves, the only two positive things that came out of it was Wreck-It Ralph winning an award, and when Justin Bieber was announced as winning an award, you heard half of the crowd booing. That was fucking hilarious. Hearing some of the crowd booing when Justin Bieber won an award. It seems to me like Justin Bieber starting to lose fans. You know. Oh, and by the way, remember when I said that they didn't actually reveal some of the awards during the pre-show or in between during commercial breaks? Well, instead of doing that, they had two moments where they literally sped through like 10 to 20 different categories within the span of just 1 to 2 minutes. They could have taken all that time instead of abusing it with a fucking Harlem Shake crap. You know, and this elongated intro and all this other unnecessary shit. We didn't even get a special celebrity sliming. It's like the sliming has pretty much become a mock joke now. It's like if you got slimed, it was a fucking honor, you know? It was a huge fucking honor to get slimed. Now it's like slime is just, it doesn't matter who you are, you're getting slimed, you know? The slime has just become a running gag more than it needs to be, you know? I mean, I could understand it at the end where everyone in the crowd gets slimed, but they do that through the whole fucking show. You know? Crowd gets slimed. Crowd gets slimed again. Crowd gets slimed. It's like, the slime, it should be used quite a bit, of course, but not on every single person that shows up. Only the people that deserve it. And as I said, being slimed was an honor. At least it used to be. Not anymore. There's so many SpongeBob jokes that were taking place in the freaking awards. Which, by the way, half of the jokes were SpongeBob jokes that you don't even hear anymore, sadly. You know, and the musical performances were just absolute shit. Pitbull, I didn't even know who the fuck that was before the awards. Christina Aguilera, okay, you know, fine, I guess. And Kesha was just utter shit. Just absolutely, positively utter shit. I think the most annoying thing I think the worst thing I saw was seeing Katy Perry win an award and her having the most nasty outfit of all time. Seriously, what the fuck, people? You try not to get these kids to curse, or hear cursing. You try not to get these kids to see any adult programming. And then when on a kids show, you see these you see all these musicians wearing clothes like they want to be freaking Playboy wannabes. Like, honestly, people, can we have one musician that isn't trying to want to get fucked up the ass? Seriously. And this is supposed to be a fucking kids awards show, and you're seeing people like Katy Perry wearing shit like they're going to freaking, you know, they're trying to do it with Kim Kardashian in a freaking R-rated movie. It's like, People, wear some freaking kid-friendly clothing and a fucking kids awards show. You know, we don't need all this cleavage. We don't need all these dinky little bras. I don't know what the hell that was. It's like, no one, I think, you know, there was so much, like, crap. And to make matters worse, the host, I won't lie, they did a good job with the host. It just sucks that even Nickelodeon could acknowledge that the host was good, because they cut him off at the end. You don't even hear him wish the crowd goodbye, because they had to rush to the credits just so they can show a promo we've already seen. Like, we get it. You want us to see the show. That doesn't mean interrupt the show we're watching just so you can bombard us with a promo for the millionth time, and also a music video for a band no one cares about. It's like everything that is bad with this generation all just combined together in this one award show. Everything that is wrong with this generation. Nickelodeon's lack of imagination, their lack of creativity, the shitty music that happens nowadays, the fucking shitty performers, with TV, the fucking abuse in social media, the fucking abuse in internet memes, shitty ones. The whole award show, you can even see a fucking Twitter feed in the background. No, not even acknowledged, not even mentioned, not even hinted at, nothing. They had this mustache cam. For one thing, you could tell the mustaches were fake. And two, they only did it 2-3 times. Which made it, I guess, okay, but considering, it only went for like maybe 10-20 seconds. It's like, what was the point? They had it's just so much unnecessary filler for things that they could have done, and it's like, what the hell, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure not everything is shit, but it's like everything that is shit, all the shittiness of this generation just came together in this freaking award show, and it's like I said, Wreck-It Ralph was the only, bright light that took place in this award show. It's the only thing I can be proud of. The only thing I can be proud of in this award show, and the host. Other than that, nothing. This award show was absolute shit, and Nickelodeon wonders why they're not fucking number one on the freaking charts anymore. Because their award shows have no creativity, no imagination, and they promote all this shittiness that... Just the fact that there's booing for one of their award shows, I have never, ever, ever heard anyone get booed at the Kids' Choice Awards. To hear Justin Bieber get booed is a real testament as to how Nickelodeon is not picking the right people to nominate. Stop with the Twilight, stop with Justin Bieber, stop with One Direction, stop with Katy Perry, stop with Taylor Swift, stop fucking nominating SpongeBob every freaking year. There's more than just SpongeBob, Nick. There's many other cartoons you can choose from. Just Dance 4, what the fuck? That's not a video game. Why did that win? Why was that even nominated? Especially considering, hey, guess what? A freaking video game was sponsored, and it's actually okay. Okay, it's actually good. New Super Mario Bros. U. What the fuck happened to that? What the fuck? Who the fuck decided that all of this was okay? I mean, okay, I understand, hey, they're trying to get with the times. They're trying to be modern, they're trying to be, all that. There's just one problem. They picked the worst of modern today. If they had picked the best, Wreck-It Ralph is great, it's a great movie, TV shows, people like Adventure Time, that never gets nominated, Gumball and Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network never gets nominated for anything. They got nominated for Ed, Edd n Eddy, years ago, even though it didn't win. I think, or at least I didn't think it won. You don't see Cartoon Network get nominated for anything, even though they butt rape Disney all the fucking time. It's like, for these two to be competing and then to nominate all these people just makes no sense. It's like, stop competing them and just do your own thing so these networks can be good again, And it's like, the whole thing was absolute, just, God, it was so shit. I don't know why I don't know why this is bugging me so much, but it's just, I have been a Kids' Choice Awards viewer since 2001. Maybe even 1999, potentially. And I hate to see the awards go down the shitter as much as they have these past few years. I mean, the only good news is that Miley Cyrus was not nominated at all. She never ever showed up in these awards. And I'm hoping that now fucking Twilight's done and over with, that won't be nominated anymore. Why Wizards of Waverly Place is still getting nominated, even though that's done. It's been done for like 2-3 years now. It's beyond me. iCarly finished back in November, but in the case of that show, I could kind of understand them being nominated, because as I said, these awards are acknowledging the past 12 months, and, iCarly may have ended, but it was still going during that time frame. Shows like Victorious and all that. Even though they're canceled now, as I said, the past 12 months, yeah. Danica Patrick winning an award. I don't even want to go there. But by now you probably know my opinion. It's just so many awards went to people that didn't deserve it, I mean, there were a few meh ones, I mean, Johnny Depp winning an award, I will admit, it was a nice sight, Adam Sandler winning an award, also a nice sight. I think Adam Sandler would be a good choice to host the KCA's one of these years, because Adam Sandler has that comedy and that personality that would just fit. He'd be a perfect KCA host, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not saying that he's funny, but it's just the way he is, just the way he does his jokes. He's the type of comedian that kids would like. He has the type of personality that kids would like. And he hasn't been at all. He has not been a KCA host yet, and it disappoints me greatly, because as I said, I think he would be a fitting choice. I mean, we might not think he's funny, we may or may not think he's funny, but I think kids would find him funny, and that's the point. It's not just about what we think is funny, but what kids think is funny. It's just, the thing is though, Nickelodeon picks who's hosting, Nickelodeon picks who performs the music, Nickelodeon picks who is nominated, who the nominees will be. So you can't blame kids. You can't only blame kids half the time for the bad taste. Nickelodeon is also to blame, because they picked the fucking nominees in the first place. And it's just, kids don't watch Gangnam Style. I've never heard of kids liking, I mean, the Hunger Games, really? Really? It's just stupid awards, award winners that won, The whole show it got worse and worse as time went on. And I'm not gonna lie, I expected, it to suck, but not this bad. I am legitimately, I'm outright pissed at how badly these awards are. Because it's, as I said, I've watched these awards for over 10 years now. And, it's been a tradition for me to watch these every year. This was the first year I actually, live tweeted it. And, I'm not happy that, I'm not at the very least happy that the KCEs have gone down this route. I am really not happy. Just so much unnecessary filler, you know, internet memes forced down our throats, social media forced down our throats. It's like, we get it. Twitter exists. Facebook exists. Why does every fucking thing that happens have to involve Twitter and Facebook? I don't recall ever needing Twitter and Facebook before. I don't need Twitter and Facebook to get my opinion voiced. Look at me. I'm streaming myself, ranting and bitching and complaining about a fucking kids' award show, and I've been going for 25 minutes doing this. I don't think I would need Facebook and Twitter to do that, don't you think? It's just, I just don't understand, you know? Call me a relic, you know, call me an ancient has-been or whatever, but the Kids' Choice Awards have pretty much lost all their magic and glory that they had, you know, been able to get and obtain for so many years. Ever since 2009, I think. Either 2009 or 2010. I think 2009. Ever since the 2009 Kids' Choice Awards, they've been outright shit. You know, it's outright insanity as to how badly, how uncreative. I mean, hell, it used to be they'd come up with these wacky, creative ways on announcing a winner. They didn't even do that. They just read off an envelope. This isn't the fucking Oscars, Nickelodeon. It's the goddamn Kids' Choice Awards. You're firing slime at everyone, for God's sake. You have an award called Favorite Butt Kicker, Female Butt Kicker and Male Butt Kicker, which I remind you, the male category one took a freaking eternity for them to unveil. I don't get what was so special about that. Oh, and by the way, that was the only one they actually unveiled in a wacky way. So like, they can unveil that in a wacky way, wacky way, but not the other awards. It's just nothing about this award show kicked ass at all. Nothing except Wreck-It Ralph winning an award and the host. That was the only shining moments that this fucking award show had this year, and I'm downright just fucking pissed at this. You know, I just don't understand. I mean, let me put it this way. I picked this, you know, image that you're seeing for Rant Corner for a reason, because generally I tend to do that a lot. You know, I'm doing that right now, actually. You can't see, but I'm literally making that why you know face right now. It just sums up how I feel about these fucking awards right now. It's like, it makes no goddamn sense, and I hate it how, you know, things have gone for this, you know. But I rate the KCAs a 1.5 out of 10. Again, mostly because of the host and the fact that Wreck-It Ralph won. That was really it. None of the awards I voted for won except Wreck-It Ralph, I do believe. I think only a few of mine actually won. It really just summarizes, you know. But I'm downright pissed, you know. I hate to see the awards I've grown up with to turn this badly, and it saddens me. It honestly saddens me. I have no reason to be proud of the Kids' Choice Awards right now, or Nickelodeon. As I said, everything that is shit about the music industry, about the television industry, you know, movie industry, pretty much everything that's shit about the current generation all came together in this awards show. You know, what does shine in this award show didn't show up except Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph was the only thing from this current generation that that was actually good. Everything else was just the shit about the shitty shit, you know, the shitty stuff about this generation. I'm saying shit a lot, but that generally does indicate as to how much I fucking hate how this award show went. I'm not pleased. I downright hate how Nickelodeon just treated this whole thing. They promoted promoted it as this huge big thing, but you don't even get the pre-show anymore. They treated it as essentially any other award show, but that's the thing, is that this is not supposed to be like any other award show. As I said, you have freaking slime flying everywhere. You have people dressed up in sumo outfits, sumo wrestling each other. You know, you're seeing random goats showing up. You see a random guy dressed in a freaking as a freaking milkshake. It's like, this is nothing like any other award show. So don't try to be what you aren't, you know? It just doesn't work. Especially for a freaking channel that promotes getting slimed, you know, talks about well, not boobs, but like butts and mucus and, you know, poop and this, you know, bunch of nasty things. It's supposed to be a kids show. So why'd you make it that, Nickelodeon? Have a fucking imagination, and maybe people will come back to watching your damn channel instead of airing SpongeBob reruns 24/7. It's as I said, there's a reason why you're not freaking #1 on the network charts anymore, in the ratings, and that Disney has taken over. Because the simple fact is that Disney has a fucking variety in their shows, and Nickelodeon, I swear to God, you're freaking obsessed with your damn SpongeBob fetish. It's pitiful. It really is. It really is. But anyway, I've gone on long enough about this. It's just, you know, I really hope next year's better. I mean, it's as I said, Twilight more than likely won't get nominated next year. They finished with the movies, you know. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better next year, but for all you know, there might be even more crap, you know, stuff that premieres in the next, you know, 12 months. I mean, hell, 12 months ago, no one expected a freaking Harlem Shake or goddamn Gangnam Style, you know. But we'll see. I'll be watching next year, I'm sure, because I end up watching it every year, no matter how badly these damn awards get. Because, you know, it's like I said, tradition. But I do hope that those who actually saw my live tweetings during the awards themselves did enjoy them. I hope they were entertaining, because that's what I try to do, is that although I might spam your Twitter feeds, and I do apologize if I do spam your timelines and all that with all my tweets, I just hope I make up for that by making hilarious and funny tweets, and ones that relate to you, you know, ones that would you actually, you know, want to read. I mean, I'm sure the spam is annoying, but, you know, like I said, I just hope they're entertaining and you can relate to them. I mean, I don't know, but in any case, thank you for watching this debut episode of Rant Corner. As I said, this will be like a random series. There's not going to be a set date. It might be one of those things you might see on Thursdays, you know, which I remember I declared random video day. So if you get an episode of Rant Corner, it will more likely be on Thursday, you know, on a Thursday. I don't know yet, but don't expect it to be a regular occurring thing. It'll just be something that it'll be one of those series that I will record every now and then if I feel like it, and, you know, or I have to get something off my chest in the case of these fucking awards. God damn it. But anyway, yes, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Kids' Choice Awards. Between what I've said here and on Twitter, I think I've, you know, gone on long enough about this. But for now, I will see you guys, you know, very soon, I'm sure. More likely for the Sonic News Show on Sunday. If not that, then for the next edition of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Super Mario Brothers 3 Monday or Tuesday, depending on if I'm not late or not, and, you know, but we'll see. Either way, I'll see you guys next week on YouTube. But thanks for watching this debut episode of Rant Corner, because, you know, because the last thing I'm sure you guys want to hear from me is even more complaining and whining and moaning and complaining. But for now, this is SSF signing out. Sayonara, guys.